What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to Kid Taj, and today we're going to be talking about the Washington Wizards. Now, before getting into this, I just want to say that I made a video about the Wizards a week or two ago about, trying to figure out what was wrong with the team. They had been vastly underperforming. They had been playing much below the level of play that they are certainly capable of playing of, and these past few weeks, they've been proving why they do belong in the Eastern Conference NBA playoff race. Now, if you enjoyed this video, I do recommend you like it up, comment an idea down below what kind of video I should make, subscribe if you're new. We're going to get into this. The Washington Wizards in their last 5 games have won 4 out of their last 5 games, or 5 out of their last 6, whichever you prefer. The last 3 games they've played, they have won, and it's not like they're playing bottom of the league competition. In their last 3 games, they got W's against the Charlotte Hornets, the Detroit Pistons, and the LA Clippers, which are 3 teams that we all know are very capable of getting wins on a game-by-game basis. Now, something I will always remember is that right when the NBA started, Charles Barkley, who is now known for saying these ridiculous things such as Klay Thompson is the second best player in the NBA and Kyrie Irving is worse than Kevin Love and Draymond Green on his top 25 list. There's been a lot of things that Charles Barkley said that people don't exactly agree with that, wouldn't be considered popular opinion. Now, something that he said did stick out when they were talking about, the guys on TNT talking about the Eastern Conference playoff race, and Charles Barkley said that along with the Cavs and the Raptors and maybe the Celtics, he believes that the Washington Wizards will be right up there. He thinks the Wizards would be a 3rd seed or something like that. And I was watching and man, that's ridiculous. The Washington Wizards are nowhere near 3rd seed material, is what I was thinking. And at the beginning of the season, they were proving me right. They played garbage to start the year. And I was like, Charles, what? Why do you say these things, man? But slowly but surely, the Washington Wizards are making their way back into the playoff picture with 3 big wins in their last 3 games. They're proving to look like a legitimate Eastern Conference playoff team, especially with that last W over the LA Clippers. They're up to 12-14 at the time of making this video. They're playing the Indiana Pacers right now, so by the time you're seeing the video, they will either be 13-14 or 12-15, or maybe you haven't seen it yet, or maybe you see it way later. But anyway, they're playing right now. I believe they're tied at halftime with the Indiana Pacers as I'm recording right now. The win against the Clippers is something that really it really jumps out at me, because we know that the Clippers haven't been at their best lately. But I'm pretty sure the Clippers are making a point of trying to take it to the bad teams or the worst teams, the games that they should be winning, because they haven't been winning all their games, or at least the games that they should be winning. And against the Wizards, I think they made it a strong message that they were going to deliver a good, strong performance, and beat the Wizards, because it looked like that. The Clippers came out and they were working. It was working. Austin Rivers going off. I mean, they had guys moving the ball well. JJ Redick hitting shots. I mean, everybody was really contributing in their own ways. But the Wizards outplayed them, and it wasn't a bad game offensively by the Clippers. But the Wizards, they just had their number. Bradley Beal goes for 41. I know you might be like, hey, Bradley Beal's not going to go for 41 every night. Well, Bradley Beal is definitely a guy that can catch fire, and he's been very, very good over the last few games, and he's been just getting better as the season goes on. Same goes for John Wall, who's been one of the most underrated players so far this season. John Wall has been an absolute beast this year. He's having the best year of his career, arguably, averaging 24 points and 10 assists per game right now. He's been the leader of this team, and Bradley Beal, over the last few games, has been a very good second option. And this team is actually, they've got some talent. That's why I made that video a while ago, because them underperforming was so unexpected. Now, I knew it was crazy for Charles to say that they were a legitimate 2-3 seed material, and I was like, what? Like, Charles, you say stuff like that all the time. I didn't think they'd be that good, but I did think that they'd be better than they started off the season. They were around the 13th and 14th spots in the Eastern Conference. I was like, okay, that doesn't make any sense. I wasn't expecting them to be that bad. Now they're starting to get back to where they should be, and even better, because the Washington Wizards are actually playing better than I thought they would at this point. You know, you look at their team, you look at the talent they have on their team, it's there. I mean, you can tell their backcourt is loaded. When Wall and Beal are both healthy, these guys can really do some damage. They can be the best backcourt in the East. At times, Raptors fans, don't get mad at me, but the way they played last night, that was fantastic. And, you know, I think we know that the Raptors have the best backcourt in the East. But the Washington Wizards, they've got some great players, and they have the potential to take that from them. I think, you know, if John Wall has just proved to be such an incredible player, and Bradley Beal can get up to that level, I think there can be some consideration for that. Not saying anything, you know, I don't think I even should have brought that up just because the Raptors are playing so good right now. But what I want to stress is that not only are these two guys playing well, but they've got a legit squad around them. Otto Porter has been having a breakout year. No one's talking about Otto Porter because Washington hasn't been playing that well. Well, they're playing well as of late. And now, you know, the Wizards are playing well. You're going to think about John Wall and Bradley Beal and how they've been doing. You know, they've been doing great. Well, Otto Porter's actually having a great season so far. Markieff Morris and Marcin Gortat, don't sleep on those guys. Okay, those are quality players. They showed up last night, especially Markieff Morris. He had a hell of a game last game against the LA Clippers. Marcin Gortat, people forget about him too. He can still do a lot of that center spot. And their bench, I think this is where we get to the point, you know, where we get to those thoughts of why they're so bad. I think it starts and ends with their bench unit. They definitely don't have the same type of firepower coming off their bench that they at least used to, or that, you know, that other teams do. I mean, they got guys like Trey Burke. They got a bunch of rookies off the bench. Ian Mahinmi, I don't know, is he still injured? Is he playing? Like, someone let me know if Ian Mahinmi's back, because I know he was injured, but like I haven't heard about him, if he's doing anything. The Wizards bench is definitely not where, you know, an ideal bench would be, but I do think that the starting lineup is loaded. I think they can make lineups where they have a starter, at least one starter in the game at all times. I think that would really work for this team because everybody in their starting lineup can play. I mean, these guys are players. Wall and Beal, I know Wall's a superstar player. Bradley Beal, not a star yet, but consistently, if he's doing what he's been doing, there's no reason why he shouldn't be considered a star, why he shouldn't be an all-star in the Eastern Conference. You know, always a guy that didn't get enough credit, but I believe that was just because he's injured so much. But so far, you know, over this last stretch, he's been doing his thing. He's been playing some of the best basketball of his career. So I think that, you know, that continues. And the Wizards, they're a playoff team. Not sure where you go from there, though. They're not a championship contender, and I don't think they have the pieces to be a championship contender. You know, even if John Wall is playing out of his mind and Bradley Beal is healthy and doing his thing, the starting lineup is good. The bench, not so much. You got to do something about that. But this team, I think they're good. I think they're good enough to be a playoff team. They just got to keep doing what they're doing. They're on a run right now. They've been on fire lately. Yeah, that's pretty much the video. John Wall balling out lately. Bradley Beal balling out lately. They got to just keep doing their things, and they're good to go. And I think, yeah, it says right here, Ian Mahinmi, I think he's still injured. Man, when that guy could really help this team, I think, because he'll bring a little rim protection that they, you know, had been missing recently. And yeah, that's gonna do it for this video. If you enjoyed, please leave a like, comment, and idea down below. Subscribe if you're new, and I'm out. Thanks for watching, y'all. Peace.